On July 25 in year 2023, developer Gunfire Games and publisher Gearbox Publishing released Remnant II, available on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series. This game turned out to be a refreshing alternative for me after many adventures in Souls-like games. And I have to admit, I wasn't originally all that interested in this series. However, when Epic Games offered Remnant I for free in the past, I decided to give it a try. I had a blast playing it, and that experience eventually led me to try Remnant II, which turned out to be a really entertaining position that surprised me completely with its addictiveness and nicely sold world. The core mechanics of Remnant II are built on well-designed third-person combat focused on shooting with some melee elements. We can use long guns, melee and pistols powered by special mods or with already built-in special skills. The gameplay is smooth and engaging, which makes it easy to replay, and replaying is something you will want to do after your first successful run, thanks to the game's procedural generation mechanics. Each new run, which you can reroll whenever you want to explore new starting locations, lets you experience fresh areas with a lot of randomization. This randomness allows you to collect unique artifacts and other valuable items to enhance your build or even meet special locations and new bosses. The game introduces a well-done Archetypes system that lets players unlock engrams, items used by specific NPCs to craft each archetype available from inventory. With engrams we can run dual classes. Main class is equipped on the left and secondary on the right in the equipment. This determines what main unique passive class perk is in use. My personal favorite was the Ritualist archetype, which let me spread status effects like fire, bleeding, electricity and toxins among enemies, effectively melting them down. I would usually rotate my secondary archetype based on what I was doing, but I found the medic class very reliable, and especially as I started grinding the nightmare mode on my first run. Aside from the dual class system, there is also a skill tree to power up builds by unlocking specific attributes and fragments that boost stats. A nice way to min-max builds further if you ask me. The world design and story of Remnant II aren't the best, but also aren't the worst. Personally, I enjoyed the narrative and design, especially in, sorry if I read this wrong, but Yaesha and Loshom. Probably because I am a big fan of fantasy worlds. There are five main worlds in the game: Yaesha, Loshom, Erut, Labyrinth and Root Earth. Each one has unique themes, enemies and lore. I will be honest, I didn't dig deep into the lore since I was more focused on exploration and encounters with enemies. However, I can tell you that certain story choices affect the outcome. Depending on your actions, you can unlock specific items per run, so if you want all available items, the game encourages you to reroll the campaign or a zone, which is possibly available all the time. As you play, you will find quests and hidden alternative paths that aren't visible by default, so basically what we know from Souls games. After some time I was checking each wall and shooting everything, so I won't skip some hidden places and items. The game supports cooperation for up to 3 players, which is fantastic. I met some great players who helped me learn the ropes and showed me secrets I would have probably missed on my own, as for some simple shooting and walking into walls are not enough. Developers really like small puzzles. So thanks a lot guys, I saved a ton of time and didn't miss out on all hidden content. And as for builds, we can craft new items, apply modification to weapons and upgrade them at the main base called World 13. World 13 is where most key NPCs and their shops are located. It's our main base. It's worth checking in on them regularly or even listening to their stories, as they sometimes reveal new details as the game progresses. The funniest characters in my opinion is the old guy in World 13. If you want to find the gunslinger engram, good luck chatting with him. As I mentioned, the game strongly encourages you to loot areas and replay them to find even more items. I really enjoyed this, and the difficulty combined with replayability was what drove me to try hardcore mode characters. Unfortunately, I haven't completed a hardcore run yet, probably due to some skill issues, I guess. One more thing worth mentioning is the supportive Remnant II community, which always offers help to newcomers. I was treated well, very well when I first reached out to them, and I'm grateful for that. The community is always crafting overpowered builds and optimizing them for maximum damage or just most enjoyable experience. That's why I recommend giving them a chance by visiting them on the official Discord server. It's also great to see that developers are active, making minor balances changes and occasionally adding content to expand the game even further, which is always nice after a year post-launch. And if the base game isn't enough, there are also DLCs. I got all 3 and they were fun extensions, adding several solid hours with new items to the base game. All the DLCs are visually stunning and introduce new bosses and intense encounters. If you enjoyed the base game, I will say don't hesitate to pick them up. As I wrap up this short video, I want to say that I had a great time playing Remnant II. Being part of this fantastic community was also a highlight for me. If you are into Souls-like games and shooters, there is no better game to try, and I highly recommend giving it a shot. Plus, you can play with friends. Cooperation is something I wish more games offered these days. Thank you very much for watching, and I can't wait for Remnant 3, and I hope we will all meet there together again. Happy leveling, adventurers!
So many years, so many journeys. I wonder, did the Andrew Ford who first touched this crystal, did he ever come back? Ford? Ford! Ford! Oh man, Bo is gonna be pissed.